day. From Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. There's Garoppolo to throw. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
The 49ers traded up to snag Brandon Ayuk at pick 25 in the 2020 draft out of Arizona State. He was in and out of the lineup a little bit in his rookie year. Only played in 12 games, but was awfully productive when he was out there with 60 catches. And there's another one, this time for a first down.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On third and long, it's Garoppolo. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they do.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert, his 4th touchdown on the year, and the Niners have taken the early lead. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 27. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The numbers for Sanders last week, the hat trick +1, 4 trips to the end zone with his legs.
And, partner, you know how all the guys do when they do that little symbol now about eating, right? Keep feeding me, feeding me. They just kept feeding him and feeding him, and next thing you know, he kept getting in the end zone.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Buying time to his left. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
It's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player, and it appears to be Devontae Smith who's having some problems here. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. This defense for the Niners, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
And that nearly an interception here on its opening drive, but he gets a reprieve It's third down.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Hurts. Left side here to Sanders. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. 1st and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. Of course, remember last week, week number 1, quite the opener for him. NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he does not want to be a flash in the pan. He wants to have that type of a game each and every week. Let's see if he can get us.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Elliott good with a PAT. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
84 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Up to make the play, Alex Singleton, the Eagles' leading tackler last year. On second down, Mostert. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. From the right hash, this from 48. The kick by Gould is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Now it's Gould after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. From the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Second down, back to Sanders. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Throwing is Hurts. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. The Hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Well, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Javon Kinlaw forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there for Philly.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now back to throw. Dancing to his left. It's fumbles it. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock. Deebo Samuel was a revelation for the 49ers in their run to the NFC Championship in his rookie year of 2019. Injuries kept him to just 7 games last year, but he brings a dimension of creativity when he's out on the field. He makes a nice catch there for a first down. A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Back to the running game with Mostert, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7 our score. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. Garoppolo looks to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
And out now come the Eagles. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, Not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling. They go play action with Hurts. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Hurts trying to hurry up the offense. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. He'll fire it deep for Rager. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year as you...
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. On third down, here comes Mostert, and he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here comes the 49ers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Ward to return. So a 56-yard punt. They'll net 41 after the 15-yard return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. The Eagles offense is going to take over late in this first half. And they do have terrific starting field position, but no timeouts to work with, so they'll need to operate quickly. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Sanders. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. The Eagles hustle him to the line. Clock rolling. From midfield now on second down. Hurts going deep here for Watkins. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. Watkins in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we've come to... You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. Taken in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, But I think they told him, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Defensively, Jimmy Ward in on the stop. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. They'll set up to throw. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going?
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the Niners will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And he'll get this inside of Philly's 20 before being taken down. So that one just a little touch pass, but it paid off quite handsomely.
Yeah, and let's face it, the quarterback loves it because it pads his stats as a completed pass for nice yardage downfield. I like the way they get the receiver in motion. It's almost like he's running a route before he gets the football because he's got a full head of steam when the ball is popped in his direction.
2nd and 5 now. Garoppolo. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. But Charles, for this offense, we take a look at the draft class here. They were looking for a playmaker, and they found one on the outside.
And the way teams are throwing the football nowadays, you can't afford to skimp at the wide receiver position. I know that the slot guy is getting more attention now, but that guy on the perimeter, he makes you go.
Now left side on the swing pass. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Another run here with Sanders. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sanders. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will tie things at 17 all. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays and a net result of 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Alex Singleton. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. 2nd down, back to Sanders. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football, because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
72 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. And that'll set them back 5. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. Now a carry for Sanders. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Steps away to his left. Room to run past midfield. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
On first down, Sanders. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Back to throw here. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. They'll run on first down. It's Sanders. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Javon Kinlaw, the big D tackle there to bring him down. 2nd down, back to Sanders. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
The kick by Elliott is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th. There is still time left for the final.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they've managed the clock exactly right.
Garoppolo and the Niners now. Down 20-17. A little over a minute to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Now Garoppolo. Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. Picked off by Alex Singleton. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yeah, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Garoppolo's throw taken in by Samuel. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Pass complete, Samuel. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Back to throw, Garoppolo. Drops this underneath, it's Mitchell. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. To throw is Garoppolo. Taking a shot for Samuel. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Over the middle, the catch made by Mitchell. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 13-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Garoppolo to throw. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Gold with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And the Eagles are going to recover, and that might be enough to put a bow on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Eagles, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they'll fall to 1-1, and they'll have a